Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Porch fellas.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Porch fellas.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh Lord.
You said you're drinking a little H2O.
Just H2O today. No brown today. I don't
No
need a
brown?
brown today. I don't need a brown today.
Well, how was your weekend? I ain't see y'all since last week.
The weekend was smooth, watched a lot of football, watched a lot of sports.
Okay.
Didn't do any congregation or
The fuck is congregation, Corey?
when you have another person, another of another gender. I didn't do any
No coming?
I didn't get a conjugal visit or
you didn't get a
conversation.
Okay, that was that.
I didn't do anything with another gender.
That C kind of had you jammed up, huh?
Oh yeah, there's all these C's. Yeah, didn't have any cons at all.
Well, when we usually come on here, man, we usually be talking about controversy shit and things of that nature. Originally, we was, we'll start off with a little sports, but it seemed to take a turn with the Maury Povich and all the bullshit that we had going on. But specifically tonight, I was going to say Pacific, but I got to speak
You put
proper
an S in
English
front
for
of it.
shit. Yeah, specifically. We're gonna talk sports tonight.
Oh, great.
I got a lot of shit on my heart that I need to let go. One being that goddamn Deion Sanders. I definitely wasn't a fucking believer.
No, you was not.
No, he hurt my feelings when the nigga said he wasn't a no. So that kind of hurt that really hurt.
I know it did. Yes.
So I wished it ill will for him and his goddamn team. So this is what we're gonna do, and I want to talk about my boys who they dropped from number 3 to number 4. I don't know why, and I'm gonna say they did it because of the performance. But y'all looked at like shit on TV too.
Oh no, we don't ever look like
yes,
shit.
we did. Georgia did not play well. Alabama got handled by South Florida, even though they lost. They dropped us from 3 to 4.
I mean, it's okay though. It's not gonna stay there for long, and you know it. Y'all gonna beat Clemson, and then what? Y'all gonna stay at 4?
So this is what we gonna do. We have a young man from the city of Detroit who's an advocate Detroit fan. We had a conversation last week. He got on our ass. We're gonna talk about these things. I'm not gonna say he's very passionate. Let me use the word passionate.
Yeah, keyword is passionate.
He's very passionate about that fucking smoke detector. All right, we're gonna bring.
You ain't fixed that shit yet?
Nah, man, we're gonna slide it in here. We're gonna talk about this thing tonight. Detroit, what's happening, boy?
Yo, what the deal?
This was the original. This was the original plan, right? I wasn't telling Chris and them that you was gonna come in this shit, right? So we was gonna get started, and it was gonna be me, Corey, and Chris, right? But you remember the conversation we had on the phone last week for about an hour and a half?
Definitely.
I said, this is the only Negro that I know that can get Chris riled up. And he got my dog riled up. So I said, I'm going to throw that monkey wrench in here while we having this conversation tonight. But things ain't go the way I planned. So we just going to bring you in on the front street. Chris going to join us a little later. He'll be up in here shortly. So first thing, I want Corey to ask you, I want you to ask that same question you asked me, ask Detroit about Deion Sanders and his players.
Okay, so what I asked Mike earlier, is it the talent that Deion has that's held them where they are, or is it Deion, the coach? Is it the coaching, or is it the talent?
It's the prestige of Deion being the coach, and then from that point, you have the Deion that's charismatic. He's a very inspirational. He's somebody you work for, and that somebody go out there and they inspire you. You know what I'm saying? Deion inspires those young kids, and like I said, I can't take nothing from him because Deion is just a figurehead. People really need to stop really looking at Deion, and this is his team. Deion has a good coaching staff, and the thing that makes Colorado move is their staff. I mean, the reason Deion didn't get jobs is because Deion's resume, he didn't have that. That's all it was. I mean, Deion would have been if Deion was calling plays or he ran the defense at that high school, and they had a dominant high school defense. Florida State would have gave him, if they saw, you know what I'm saying, they saw that. But the thing was, bringing in Willie Taggart, a black man, and it was bad on him. And the thing was that he came into a situation that it was just too big for him. You know, at the time, Florida State needed a coach that was going to wrangle that talent in, them young horses in. They didn't need no friend. They didn't need no homeboy. They didn't need no partner. They needed somebody like Charlie Strong. Strong that was down in Florida. They needed somebody that was going to come in, crack the boys across the head. We finna get this thing back right. You know, all that y'all were doing out here riding and getting tickets on mopeds and acting crazy, all the shit they was doing, it was just uncalled for. So Willie came in a situation, he was just above his head, and it made that, you know, him being a black coach, them seeing Deion, no real record in coaching. All you did was had a high school team. You was a head coach, but you weren't a position coach. It ain't like you was out there running the defense. You weren't doing them as just the head coach. So my thing is, Deion is a great recruiter. I mean, you got to please a mouthpiece. The mouth work. I'm talking about the man is advertised. The man is a walking billboard. So my thing is they're inspired to want to come to Colorado with an All-American and a All-Hall of Famer at coach. And plus, you can look at the staff. He just added Warren Sapp to the defensive line.
But I told him, Corey asked me that shit. I told him it's because them kids believe in him. You understand what I'm saying?
They believe in him. That's all I'm saying. He inspires them to believe. Yeah. And plus, like I said, the real thing is the coaching staff that he has. They actually are putting it together because they don't really have a dominant defensive line, but the defensive coach is Florida State defensive coach.
Greg, what's up, yo?
Them boys are playing above head, and that's a great thing to get anybody that's mediocre to play above their talent and to believe that they can win. But the defensive coach, he coached at Florida State, and he was on that championship team. No, he wasn't. That was Stoops. That was championship coach 13. He was on defensive staff after that. So he came from Florida State. But let me get back to my point. My thing is Deion can only go. Colorado can only go up from this point. We're going to see what they bring in recruiting wise because he really has met. He's already met his expectations. He's already over met his expectations. So the thing is, he's in a safe space in the pack where he is to do that. Because if he came to Florida State, immediately they would have wanted Florida State. You got 12 months. You might have 6.
I think he would have got it though because it's him. You understand? I think he would have. Plus, at the same time, the motherfucker he bring my bad. God, damn, stop cursing.
There you go.
He brings in the tell that Crip right there. Crip, what's up, boy? Crip, you want to do your intro? Hey, you want to do your intro, man? You want to do your intro? You want to do your intro?
What's my intro?
I don't know, man. What you do every week? I did this shit. I don't know what I did, but I did something.
I
your
want to
theme-
give it.
where
What
your
up?
theme
What up,
music at?
ladies? What
But
up,
look,
Shay?
this
What
was
up,
supposed
Big Duke? Rod?
this was supposed to happen. We were supposed to have this conversation, right? And I told Detroit last week, I said, hey, I need you to sit on the sideline for a second. When I get them up out the green room, I'm going to put you down in there and I want you to slide in because I remember that conversation we had on the phone. I said, I need you to listen to him, but I need you to come in with a bang. Just bang him. Because I know how he is.
Yeah,
We
so
just saw how he is. He just filibustered to start the show, but it's all love. It's all love.
Hey, it's all good. Hey, the star of the show is here now. He's
That's
here.
right.
He called me
Oh,
last week, told me to
Lord.
put some respect on his Detroit lines.
Hey, Lil Bit said we don't let light skinned niggas on.
Not really.
You know what?
We had a white one on there. Look how that went.
Exactly.
Hey, he's a faithful viewer. Shout out to Brandon.
Oh,
Shout
my
out
bad.
to
What's up, Brandon? What's up? If you out there listening, my bad. But
It's.
But
I
yeah.
mean, I like the Dion angle. Y'all are going at. I was gonna go at a different angle for our sports discussion. That was gonna be
what's up? What was that, the trail?
guarantee contracts, but we don't have to go that way. But shout out to Dion. As I told you, I'm going to the game next weekend, Colorado USC. I just want to soak it all in. I'm praying that they could some way, somehow beat Oregon this weekend. I think they're like 3 touchdown underdogs. But if they could both be 4-0 going into that game, oh my God, I have so much to report
Who,
back.
Colorado?
I mean, they're gonna have to put it.
I think they got I think they started off good. I think they're on the lower tier coming on up. But now we're gonna start seeing
They're gonna put up. They're gonna have to put
Nebraska.
up points against Oregon, and with your boy being out, I don't know if they can sustain Oregon on the
What
defense.
happened with Travis?
It's gonna be a shootout. My thing is
He has a lacerated liver.
Live.
Yeah. And I told you the nigga thin.
Yeah,
I told you he's small.
Yeah.
I mean, but
he got no bigger.
got
He
him
had
perfectly in the ribs. Like I mean, everybody was gonna get busted up from that shot.
He has a lacerated liver. His liver.
Yeah, my thing
that's
is,
that's a boxing injury.
I mean, my thing is, even if they lose, my thing is they've already exceeded their expectation, and it doesn't really matter now if they lose every game after this. He's already won more than what Oregon is. I mean, Colorado won the last 3 years.
I think Colorado State was like, what was it? What's their record? Like 1-2 going into that game. They said that was the all-time that broke the record for views. Colorado versus Colorado State.
To the fourth quarter in overtime, and I enjoyed the hell out of the fourth quarter in overtime.
It ended at 2:30 in the morning, and it broke a record.
Yeah, I watched the game. I couldn't turn off from it. But the thing was, the coach said what he said, so they were, that's really what gave it that fuel.
Dion be great,
and it was like because the last coach said something to Dion, and they got drunk, and that's why they was looking. That's why the hype was what it was because of what he said.
Giving out glasses and shit, got his mama.
Yeah, so focused on. But like I said, Dion is advertising. He's a mouthpiece in the advertisement for Colorado. Colorado on the field is doing what the coaching staff, which is a real good staff, is put together. They're playing above their head. Like I said, the D line, most of these cats are playing above their head because a lot of these dudes really truly are not. They might. I don't even know if they're really 4-star players. You got on offense, they got some 4 or 5, but on defense. Besides your boy that just went out, them dudes that transferred in, that D line.
That boy,
I mean, they playing above their heads.
That boy from
he going shopping, but he gonna go shopping. Let Dion go shopping. Let him bring in what he gonna bring in. Like I said, with his staff, when he added Warren Sapp that D line, that made a big difference.
But he was already there. He was there. He was fucking around at J State too.
But what I'm saying, no, he's on staff at Colorado. He just came to.
He's not official yet.
No,
he has to get that paper first.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this: Warren Sapp been really. He was going downhill after that girl situation.
He's been downhill since he left the University of Miami. He's on crack.
Are you trying to say that black women bring black men down?
No. What I'm saying is the situation.
Get him, Shay. Get him.
He's a king. Hold on. What he's saying, he's a king. And they do they smoke crack and they buy prostitutes down there in Coral Gables.
That's all they do. That's all they do.
And I said it, Duke.
That's all they do. All I'm saying is the man went down when he got fired from ESPN, and I'm glad that Dion looking out for him. So my thing is that what if he wasn't coaching it? What is he doing? He can't get no job nowhere. Won't nobody give him no job? Won't give him no work.
Last time I saw Warren Sapp on TV, he wasn't looking too good. I'm like, damn, you.
He lost a commentator job. He sat around and walking around on the sideline of Coral Gables in that old ass jersey.
Exactly.
Around that Joe Robbie.
So hold on.
With one number on it.
So let me get it. Hold on. Let me get this right.
Exactly.
So
it say Ike. It don't say Nike. It say Ike.
So Miami Hurricanes. If you play with the Hurricanes, you can't keep a job. Your resume is shot.
Thank you.
Your resume is shot. If you're a Miami Hurricane, you're a
murderer.
You're a murderer. You're a racist.
Respect
and
the women.
you
They're escorts. They're not prostitutes. Respect them, please. They're paid for.
I'm sorry, Rod. I definitely will put some respect on the prostitutes' names. Escort.
Hey, let me tell you something. I ain't got no problem with shoe models, and I ain't got no problem with women that wear. We call them in Detroit fashion models. I ain't on the strip showing their dress. They do what they do.
Let me ask y'all this:
shoe models in the club and dress and show stoppers in the street. You do what you do. I respect your profession. I ain't got no problem. I don't pay no bills like that, but I'm not gonna pay.
We got from. I looked at the paper from the number 1 ranked school, which is bullshit in Athens, all the way down to about number 20. We got a whole lot of 3-0s. A whole lot of 3-0s. How many teams in the SEC in the top 17? Maybe 3.
It don't matter.
In the SEC, it's like 8 from the ACC. In Florida State, Duke, North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina.
Pull this up.
Yeah, you gotta pull it up. North Carolina
is like 19.
Clemson. Sir. We all 3-0. I mean, but still, Corey, the SEC is garbage.
I wouldn't say garbage, Mike G.
I hate it. Chris, you know I hate it.
Georgia number 1. That's all that matters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Corey, calm down.
And you finally came to college football after 50 years of missing.
52, Detroit.
My bad, 52. So thank you. Finally, y'all realized y'all had a team because the stadium y'all had over there, y'all had Ocala High School playing in it. Damn. So that's who we're playing in your stadium every Saturday. That's what we're playing. They didn't want to see a Georgia game.
We still the champ.
I ain't mad at you. I'm glad you came to the party. I'm glad you came to the party.
So my question, Corey, so do you
Mike, y'all had ACC has 4 ranked in the top 25.
Only 4?
Only 4.
You got Florida State at number 4.
I said 3-0. How many 3-0 schools? Only 3. It's only who you got in there? Florida State, Clemson,
Duke, Miami.
Clemson not up there.
Hold on.
Ain't
no Clemson up here. Ain't no Clemson up here.
Ain't no Clemson.
Nah, don't worry. We locked the door on them. They ain't coming back. After this weekend, they ain't coming back.
How many 3-0 teams is in there? In the top 30?
Top 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 in the top 25.
So 20 3-0s in the top 25.
Yep.
Alabama's ranked what?
13.
How the fuck?
13.
They don't play somebody. Might they lost to the number 3 team in the country?
South Florida handled that shit.
Who we talking about?
Even though South Florida lost.
He talking about Alabama.
Oh, them bones. Jesus. Hey, you know what, man? Let me tell you something, man. Nick Saban said it best as soon as the NIL jumped off. Man, it's gonna be trouble in college football.
You already knew.
No, it was trouble for you. What happened was
it was for him.
It made y'all money equal to everybody else.
Exactly.
That's all it did. That's what happened.
I gotta disagree with that.
Let me tell you something. I disagree with that. Anybody, I don't care what
who had the number 1.
Anybody listening to this shit? No. Let me tell you something. Alabama had
NIL start.
It don't matter. I'm letting you know that. Hold on. I'm letting you know Alabama had money before the NIL, and what the hell happened? As soon as the NIL jumped off, now their ass can't buy no players.
When did NIL start?
Last year.
Who had the number 1 recruiting class last year?
Who did? Georgia?
Okay. Was Bama top 3 last year?
But my thing is Alabama had already stacked up for the last 3-4 years. So hell, they don't need number 1 class. Everybody behind the motherfuckers was the number 1 class the year before. So all I'm saying to you is, all I'm saying is Alabama is on equal playing ground now, and Nick Saban know that shit. And
they got and they still top 3. Like Georgia's number 1 class right now. Like what are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. And they're gonna lose another game this year. Watch what happens. Watch what happened next year. You're gonna see some of his players get the hell on. What you're gonna start to see?
It's been happening.
Them boys jumping ship. So what I'm saying is, across the board is equal now. The only thing about NIL when it comes to a small school in a small little rinky-dink town, they don't have a market, or they won't have like the sponsorship, meaning that, you know what I'm saying, they don't have a lot of businesses around, corporate business. You ride down 78, you got five lube oil plates got a Georgia play on it. Hell, I don't even know what 5 lube was. I just pulled up and they cheap oil change I can get. But what I'm saying is, you got different businesses. So somewhere like Clemson.
Well, who are you trying to say about to come up? Who about to come up and take Bama, Georgia, all the LSU, Florida, all these?
Texas is gonna take that side. Texas, and when Oklahoma come in, they're gonna put in work on that side. Them boys have problems anyway on that side alone. Which ain't gonna be no size no more. They're gonna take it. But what I'm saying is, Alabama's gonna have problems. Period. From this point forward, anyway. I don't.
Well, everybody in the SEC about to have problems.
Y'all, SEC is top heavy. Name me more than 4 teams that's consistently winning in the SEC.
Hold up. Name me 2 teams winning in the ACC.
Hold on.
Name me 2.
No. We ain't talking about the ACC. I'm gonna give you what the SEC is.
I'm gonna answer your question.
I'm gonna answer for you. I'm gonna give you all of what the SEC is.
You asked me a question.
Hold on. The same teams every year. Alabama, LSU, consistently on the west side. Hell, Auburn every now and then. We don't know when Ole Miss gonna come to play. They just started coming back. On the east side, Georgia just came about. They weren't even considered 20 years ago. So we're gonna say Georgia just come to the party.
Who has more championships, Georgia or Florida State?
What you mean? They equal. They tied.
Right. So why are you talking noise about them?
Hold on, but Chris, we're talking about the SEC. We ain't talking about the ACC.
You said they top heavy.
I said that's why I said that y'all how many teams in the SEC?
We got 14 right now, about to be 16.
And y'all only got but 4 that's worth a shit. So y'all
and how many does that? Hold on. You just said something. SEC has 4 teams worth of shit. Name another conference with 4 teams worth of shit. Name another conference with 4 teams worth of shit.
Miami, Florida State.
When did Miami last year?
Whoa, hold on. Miami, all Miami got to do is come back just like a coach. All Alabama was missing for 15 years, and they finally got a No. Y'all keep missing the whole thing. When Alabama wasn't hitting on shit for 15 years, y'all ain't had shit to say to them. And if y'all now want to talk about their workmanship, they finally got a coach and became something. Miami is a program, just like Alabama is a program.
Let him get it out, Detroit.
Miami was a dominant program at one time. Now they got a decent coach. Now they're making that turn, just like Alabama did when they asked who missing for 15 years.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah, something ain't right. So all I'm saying is that when you talk about the SEC, ain't but 4 teams you can talk about out of all them damn teams. So how y'all dominant conference?
All right, Detroit. Let him say their piece. Let him say their piece.
Hold on. Let's start with a year. Let's start with the year 2000 to 2023.
Okay.
Can we gonna say that number?
Go ahead.
I got you.
It's not fair, right? From the year 2000 to 2023.
To y'all, that's
we're not even gonna count.
Started. Is that when college football started?
We could go back further. I mean, nobody in the SEC has more championships than Alabama. Like, go ahead.
You're right. In the modern,
you want to go to the 1990s,
right? Like any time period you want, Detroit. Like it ain't even.
Let me tell you something.
You name the time period.
You're talking about one team in your conference.
You name the time period. Name the time period.
But let me ask this: since Alabama started way back then, how many schools that exist now was existing back then?
I
So
don't know when
they got
started.
they first ring is like 1817, right?
No, it wasn't that. It was
So it
like
really
1930 or
and
something.
how many
It's 19
it wasn't too many schools back there.
Let's not include again.
Right.
Whatever the range is
Like
that
I
y'all
said.
want to consider, we could do that. SEC still gonna blow that shit out the water. There's a time where the Big 10 and the Big 12 has some runs.
Name me. Hold on. I'll tell you what, Chris. Name me one team besides Alabama that has more than 4 championships.
Michigan, Oklahoma, USC.
Hold on, no. I said in the SEC.
Oh,
You
the
didn't
SEC?
say that. I'm not sure any of them.
Say that part.
What does that have to do with
Exactly.
anything?
So hold on. So let's get this right. Out of this dominant conference that y'all talk about so damn much,
Right.
ain't but one team holding that bitch up. Just like Florida State
Just
holding up
for I need to address Detroit. We got women in the crowd. Hold up.
Yeah, we
Just for the record, to the ladies and young men who might not follow college football. For the last 20 years, one conference, the SEC, has won over 65% of the national championships. One conference. Everybody else done won 35%. But supposedly one conference ain't putting in work. Mind you, in the last 20 years, it's 4 teams from this one conference that done won at least 2 championships. So he's talking about Bama this, Bama that. 4 different teams: LSU, Georgia, Florida, Bama.
And that's the teams I just named. I said they were top heavy. I just said y'all top heavy. You can't name me nobody else but the 4 teams that won a championship.
Let them finish up reading.
That's what I
Detroit.
Auburn has an undefeated season in a national championship season in the last 20 years. So that would be 5. Of course, everybody can't win. That's why it's so dominant now. Then we're about to bring in OU and Texas. Like, it's going to be hard for one person or one team to just win everything all the time. You should know that. You're a Florida State fan.
No, one partner. Put a hammer on that shit.
You see that over on my shoulder over there up in that corner?
I see a trash can.
You see that?
Easy, Q7.
You see that T-shirt? You don't see that T-shirt? You don't see that?
I don't see
that. That ain't no fan, brother. That's 5 years I put in.
5.
All right.
Man,
put some respect on that.
Corey, we might be playing you mother suckers in the playoff, Corey, if y'all stay up there. I would love. When the last time we played Georgia?
Put respect on that.
When the last time we played Georgia?
Mark Rick in 2000. Mark Rick 2000 in a bowl game.
We lost that one, didn't we?
Goddamn
that's when Antoine Bolden had to come in and play quarterback.
Yeah, Bolden had to play quarterback.
What's called had went down and got hurt. Our quarterback got hurt.
Chris. Our quarterback got hurt, Chris. When it comes to the big games, when we played Alabama that year, Francois got hurt. But
a lot of excuses for y'all.
No excuse when y'all play. When y'all play,
Alabama was winning.
I give y'all an asterisk on that game, Corey. You know I'm gonna always tell you that shit, Corey. Because if them receivers, oh my God, Corey, I wish they could do that shit over.
Like I tell you.
Hold on. Do you know that Florida State gave Alabama an L in Tuscaloosa in Nick Saban first year?
2007.
Florida State gave him that L.
Was it 7?
Into 07. Yes, I was at the game. In 07, we gave Nick Saban that L. In Tuscaloosa. Their first year.
Tuscaloosa. So we won one. We won one with Alabama.
So that's when Nick Saban left Miami and came to. Am I correct?
Yeah, when he snuck out of town. When that bastard snuck out of town, destroyed the damn Dolphins, they snuck out of town.
So those probably weren't his players anyway.
Huh?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter if it was a grandmother player. He can be a cousin player. It don't matter.
So
they play with Alabama. They had Alabama.
Let me ask y'all this question real quick. And this is about Deion. This is a little spin on Deion.
Okay.
The coach from the Miami Dolphins, the what's his name? Mike McDonald, something like that.
The Mexican, talking about down there now? The Mexican?
Yeah.
This one's Moroccan.
He's Mexican.
Now he has he ever played football, right?
No.
He played football, not football.
Soccer.
He's Mexican.
So he played soccer.
He played soccer, right? So, but he's a professional.
You know that's your fault,
coach.
Chris, right? Everybody.
So he's a professional football coach. How let me ask you this: how in the world do you get respect for somebody like how do players I don't think he could coach college, but he can coach the pros because he knows
Talking about
The
the Dolphins
Miami
head coach?
Dolphins head coach.
Well, actually, he's half black and half white, I think.
Yeah, he's
I wouldn't
he's
call him
already.
half black.
But
He
what I'm
just
saying,
has
that
some
got,
black in him.
He's
it ain't
he
got
said,
shit to do with his
he
coaching though.
said he was a minority. Well, Mexicans are minor. I'm not. Don't.
Okay,
The
I don't
comments that
I
come out
don't
of
give
my
a damn.
mouth
But
do
what I'm
not
saying
reflect.
is,
The Porch fellas, they reflect Baby 10. You know, Miami got a lot of Mexicans down there as head coaches. Look at the
Right.
Miami
And
Heat
we
head
love them.
coach. The Miami Heat head coach. He
but it's
Mexican.
not. I'm talking about the playing though. Has he ever played the game?
Corey, what you getting at?
I don't
No,
think.
he hasn't.
What I'm
What's
getting
your
at is, this is what I'm getting at. The
He
question
studied football.
Deion. They talk about Deion never coached.
Oh, you just
Like
talking about
they
Deion's
say Deion
opportunity
never
for
coached.
getting a.
He was a good coach, and then you get to this dude who ain't never played the goddamn game, and he's
He's
coached
black. I mean, he's not
in a
black.
professional level,
But you know, we got different
and he's
standards,
not
Corey.
black.
Corey, we got totally different
He's not
standards
black.
coming in as a black coach. We got to be the
Exactly.
water boy. We got to be the cup boy,
Mhm.
and then you move up
Mhm.
to equipment. They gon', you know, you got a little white boy come in that done did film for like 5 years.
You see
They
what
gonna
Roger
automatically make
said,
him
man? Chris,
an
you see that?
assistant.
Hey, shout out to Big
I mean,
Dude. Big Dude said that dude show can talk. Shout out to Rod too. He said Corey just blabbing.
Go to
Hey, my
like
thing
that,
at the end of
Corey.
the day,
I didn't mean to
my
leave
thing
you
at
out
the end
there
of the day,
to dry like that, Corey. I didn't have to say. So what's the question? That's my fault. My fault. My fault. It's all love. Go ahead,
my
Detroit.
thing at the end of the day is that it's been known how they treat black coaches. You know what I'm saying, in any sport. You know, it's not really a surprise. Like I said, it took a chance
NBA is fair
when
though. I
Auburn
just said.
when Auburn got the coach. There's a high school coach. What his name was? That coach
Malzahn.
Cam Newton. What was it?
Malzahn.
No, it wasn't Cam Newton. They came in Mount.
Gus
You see,
Malzahn.
they gave him out, but see. You're right, but he was an offensive coordinator. He was a head coach, and he called the plays, and they had a good offense in high school. So that's where they wanted. They wanted that high school offense that he had, and they thought it translate over to the college level. But he was a white man coaching a high school team,
Look at him now.
and they gave him a head coaching job. That's just like Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly should have had no job. Every goddamn he gets a job as soon as he get fired off a job, he gets another job next week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who coached Oregon?
But he
So my
sucks as a
thing
coach.
is. But my thing is, look at Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith should have had a job. You know, Caldwell should have had a job after Detroit. My thing is, black coaches, they get fired, they got to go right back to square one, beg for a job, or be on the staff. You know what I'm saying? Where they handed the job. You know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy. Like I said, we already know what it is. We already know, black coaches in any profession. We already blackballed and looked at as second grade. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing.
Can I
new.
add something to that?
They give them Mexican. Yeah.
I love black people. I love my people. I will say for our coaching opportunities, we got to get away from these positions where if a university brings you in and they're bringing you in to be a hype man and be a hype man on the staff, be a recruiting coordinator, you need to let them know, like, straight up, like, you need me for my X's and O's. You need me for my smarts. Like, you're not just going to have me be a running back coach and running back coaches don't get head coaching jobs. Linebacker coaches don't get head coaching jobs. Don't get pigeonholed into these position groups where they don't respect you and you just there to be a hype man and yell at the niggas and go recruit the niggas. Like, you got to let them know what you're about. And that's one thing I love and respect about Deion. They wanted him to come up. He had an opportunity, but it was to be a coordinator, be a position coach, be around like Jason, the guy down in Miami, the D-line coach. His name's Jason Taylor. Deion like, nah, I'm good. Jackson gave him an opportunity, and he went with it. But
more trash down there in Miami. Jason
right. We had to be confident in ourselves and what we could do, and let the white head coach, white AD, whoever know, like, nah, you can't just bring me in to pigeonhole me into a position coach and not allow me to progress in my career. That's all I would have to say about that.
Now, Chris, I'm gonna add on to that because I really think, second to that, you said a linebacker coach couldn't get a head coaching job. That's incorrect because Chuck Armada left Florida State and he was a linebackers coach. And Mickey Andrews over the whole defense. He left and went to NC State and had a head coaching job because of the success of Florida State.
2000? 1998?
He was. No. He left after 99. After he won the national title in 99, he got a head
That's what I'm
coach
saying.
job just like Mark Richt left.
25 years
No,
ago.
but what
So
I'm saying
out of all those teams, one coach, it ain't normal, is all I'm saying.
Right. It's not normal, but what I'm saying is that I think the staff, and my thing is when you have a head coach that promotes and pushes you to go and become a head coach, or they validate. Bobby Bowden is somebody like a Lou Holtz that his word would have got anybody a job. So my thing is too on that aspect, a head coach, according to, you know what I'm saying, if he wants his staff to grow and move on and beat, you know what I'm saying, to get those type of jobs, they kind of, it's almost like a resume. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody like Bobby Bowden, he gonna co-sign for you. Bam! At the interview, they already interviewing you like, hey, we already know what you're about. We already saw you on. You got some stuff on tape. So my thing is, all the linebackers that came through Florida State in the '90s that he coached, that was all Americans and went to the league and were doing their thing. His record spoke for itself. And he was with Bobby Bowden for 35 years.
Can you name a black linebacker coach?
You're right. Now I'm going to say this, and it's your school that I hate. Florida did not get strong. That hurt. That right there was very disrespectful. And I thought that out of all of what he done for Florida, by giving them that number one defense, he didn't get the respect he deserved by them overlooking him. And that really bothered me. And I'm not even a Florida fan like that.
But Florida, I mean,
that man put a defense.
Rod, Big Duke, 10, you, Corey, on good old boy network university in the state. Like I'm not trying to act like they, you know, we know who they are. We know exactly who they are. They the good boy. I mean, they Georgia of Florida, basically. They the good boy network. I know that. They gonna do it wrong all the time. I know that.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man, because like I said, man, oh yeah. So, but Deion, like I said, man, Colorado's success is gonna be on the back of him being a recruit. He's gonna go grocery shopping. That's what he is. He's a chef, the mouthpiece of the organization. He gonna get them boys, you know what I'm saying, wanting to come. It's gonna be his staff. The success of Colorado is gonna be on the back end of who he got behind him. He gonna go get them. Them boys gonna come. I think
they gonna come.
Class,
Hold on,
he gonna be.
He gonna on the record. Let me get all y'all on the record. Real quick.
I think that. Yeah.
Let me get everybody on the record. Over the next 2 years, will Colorado ever finish with the top 3 recruiting class?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
You don't think so, Chris?
I'm gonna tell you like this. You know what? I take that back. If it's not high school, he gonna damn sure get transfer. He gonna get some top transfer portal players. He'll build his program in the next 2 years like Florida State did on transfer portal players, the portal like Florida State did, and then come about on that third year when the players really start believing. When they really start believing in Colorado, like Florida State recruiting now. We recruit more high school kids, and that's what happened when they started to see Florida State making that turn with all these transfer portal players, and they're like, you know what? I want to go play with Florida State. High school kids coming now, five-star players like they used to. So what's going to happen is he's going to have to build the next 1 or 2 years in that transfer portal alone, and that's going to be good. Yeah. He's going to get some. He's going to get some 5-star. He's going to get a couple 5-star, but I bet you predominantly most of his players are going to come from the portal in the next 1 or 2 years, and I think that he'll finish in the top 3 in recruiting in 2 or 3 years. He'll finish top 3.
Do you think he'll finish top 3 next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
I say
I give him that.
3. Three, more 3, not 2. I say more towards the latter years.
Maybe and do you think he'll be at Colorado in 3 years? 10?
No. Somebody's gonna cut him a check. Somebody's gonna cut him a. Okay.
I'm telling y'all, you heard it here first.
I got you.
He's not hurt.
Somebody's gonna cut him but you know he about that money, man. Somebody's gonna cut him a check.
Bama's gonna get $15 million a year. 15.
The man got more damn sponsorship than Shaquille O'Neal.
It don't matter. He look.
Oh my God, you sound like a Jackson
State be the money. He gonna get that Jackson State shit hurt.
Hey man, the man got.
He gonna do Colorado the same way he did Jackson State.
Do you? Hey Detroit. Do you watch every commercial break? Detroit.
Yes.
This nigga got a commercial. Him and his family. Every commercial break during the game.
Yep. Yo, the man got
during the game, shit, during the news, during everything,
this nigga got a commercial every.
Yeah.
Ain't no bullshit. He getting that money. He raking it in.
He getting it.
And
So my
somebody
thing
gonna
is, how
cut
you
a
hurt?
check.
What penny they gonna give him that he don't have already?
He gonna have more
He just
pennies.
gotta
Ain't
do it.
nothing
Hold
wrong.
on.
Ain't nothing wrong
He
with
back
more
on.
pennies.
Hold on. He back on Nike. He's back on Nike. So
Sound
he
like
getting Nike money.
Yeah, he's back in Nike.
Hold on. He's still getting a check with Under Armour.
But that's like
Under
saying
Armour
that's like saying
contract.
you gonna stop LeBron from making money. Can't you just gonna
Yeah.
keep rolling. It's
So
gonna
my
keep
thing
rolling
is,
and keep rolling.
who is gonna ask him to go to a better situation? He's in a safe space. The only place
He's
he
in a.
goes.
We talking about
Hold
we talking about the limelight. We
Oh, you
talking
talking
about
about
the
NFL?
money. No, I don't think
He
he'll
got to
go
take his whole
NFL.
staff.
I think he'll
No.
make
He
more
can't do
money
it
in
by himself.
college.
But my thing is, why would he
money in
leave?
college?
He's
Definitely.
listen, what I'm saying is, in college, he's in a safe space. If he comes to the SEC, he's not going to have the ACC or the SEC. He would not have the rope, and he would not have the
leeway that he.
had at yeah.
This is school
Mike,
out
You
there.
know what?
This is school out there that's
Say,
gonna get to him.
Mike.
If let's say this son bitch win nine fucking games this year. Let's say he win 9 games next year.
they're gonna have to come up with 200 million. They gave Jimbo Fisher 180, so they got to go to 200.
And suppose Texas A&M cut his ass a check like that.
I'm just asking. My thing is, they gave Jimbo
You don't
Fisher
think he'll
got
go?
$180 million.
He'll
Come
be
Texas
in
A&M.
the
So if they
same
gonna
situation like coming into Colorado. Texas A&M ain't shit.
Shout out to
No.
D with the diss. D said, when the last time Miami was top 10? I see you, D. Go
Wait
ahead,
a
bro.
minute.
All right, D.
Exactly. You know what? But I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell D like this, man. Miami being where they are and getting better is helpful to Florida State and the program. I want them to do good because at the end when we play them,
It's always
it's going to be it's just going to be just that big of a matchup.
It ain't been the same.
It ain't been the same. Miami, Florida State has been college football foundation for how you can't name me one SEC team ever played on Labor Day weekend. The only 2 teams on a Monday night. Never. Started the season off. Florida State and Miami did it for 4 years.
Is that an accomplishment?
We was the only team that ever played. We was the only team. The only 2 teams that played on Labor Day weekend.
So, hey, Duke thinks Deion, once his son gone, he gonna be gone.
I agree with that.
You think so?
He gonna convince Shador to come back one more year so he could play with Travis Hunter.
He said it.
As a senior. He probably convinced it. Well, I think his Shiloh might have to leave. He's gonna bring them back. They're gonna run it back. Probably win the Big 12, and then he's gonna jet either to the Dallas Cowboys or he's going to Alabama. I'm telling you,
a head coach.
As a head coach, Jerry gonna cut that check for Alabama booster.
The white folks don't care. Hey, them white folks don't care what a Negro doing out of California and Alabama. They are very particular.
You don't think he'll make more money staying in the college ranks?
Name me one black assistant head coach that Alabama ever had.
Hold on.
I'll wait.
You're saying that you're saying Alabama would not hire him?
Would not have a black head coach. I'll wait.
Deion is at the top of the list for every school.
I don't care. I don't care if that boy was Jesus Christ reincarnated. Alabama is not finna have a black man head coaching that team.
They have black man at quarterback, a Mexican at quarterback. What you talking about?
Hold on. All you saying is that quarterback. I said the head position. That's like niggas working in a corporate business, and you got a supervisor or manager, but you ain't been
to Tuscaloosa lately.
You ain't the CEO.
Tuscaloosa lately.
I don't care how much color out there. I just told you
that
Shay? there is no black man owning an NFL team. There's plenty of them got stock in one, but don't own one. There is not going to be a black man, a head coach at Alabama. Now, like I said, name me when they had an assistant black head coach.
I can't see him there, Chris. I just can't.
Where's Robinson?
I can't see him at Alabama either.
Chris, I'm trying to open my eyes up to see him at Alabama. I can't see it, Chris.
Name a black assistant. They don't have buku black assistants.
Yeah, he had
head coach.
Deion ain't gonna like the uniforms. Deion ain't gonna like the uniforms.
Name me one black assistant head coach.
Dennis Robinson. Look him up.
Dennis Robinson. Or Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman played for the Pistons.
That's right.
Dennis Rodman played for the Pistons.
He said that Dennis
Dennis
You
Rodman.
stupid.
I said
Dennis
Travaris
Rodman played for the
Robinson.
Pistons.
Y'all can look him up. Y'all can look him up.
But I
Hey, man, let me tell you something.
I'm trying
Like
to
I
pull that,
said,
Chris. I'm really trying to pull that thought. I can't see it, Chris. Him at Alabama.
it ain't gonna
Hold
happen.
on, hold on. Why can't you see it, Ten?
It ain't gonna happen.
I just can't see that
I can't
son
see him
bitch in
either.
Alabama.
It
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna
You
happen.
saying it because he won't go, or you saying because Bama won't take him?
They never interviewed a black
Hold
coach
on,
when they
hold
was
on,
down
hold on.
15 years.
I don't think he'll go there, Chris.
Hell no. Hell no.
Mike.
The pressure,
Mike,
hold on. The pressure
So
of being
Bama
at
comes to
Alabama.
him with $20 million a year. He making 5 years, $25 million
okay.
at Colorado.
If they cut him that check,
Colorado,
he
Again,
ain't gonna.
Colorado gonna find
don't
some
be
money.
Jackson State. Don't be Jackson.
Colorado gonna find some money.
Don't be Jackson State.
Let me
Like,
just say this.
the nigga done told you must be the
Let me just say
money.
this.
Like,
I
He
say
did.
Hey
this.
man,
Made a song
Colorado
out
gonna
of it.
find some money. Colorado gonna find
How
some
long you
money.
think he gonna be there? How long you think he gonna be there, Detroit? Detroit, how many years you think he gonna be there?
Deion will only go if he can change the uniforms.
Detroit, how long
My
you think?
thing
How long
is-
you think he gonna be there, Detroit?
Detroit
I
frozen.
want to see if Shiloh leaves. I got to see if Shiloh leaves, where if he stays. Cause my thing is, if he's in a
Please
He
give
can't-
us.
Deion
but
Sanders
see,
right
he
now
can't-
is in a perfect.
He can't have that. He can't have that reputation of hopping in and hopping out. Detroit, they ain't gonna fuck with
And,
him.
and there you go, because they're not gonna give him a job. You're right. So
Right.
my thing is the Nick.
What are you
the
talking
Negro
about?
he's in the best position
Everybody
that he could
do
be
it
in.
all the time.
I
He's
mean,
in the best
look,
position he
he's
could be
a
in.
winning.
He has-
He's in a winning position in Colorado. So if he just turn around, somebody
So
cut
is
him a check, and
Urban Meyer.
that's just like with a job. Ain't nobody finna hire you. You got 30 jobs on your resume. It's like this.
Urban Meyer did it all the time.
Who?
Thank you, Corey.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Myers ain't black.
He's white. He's
Well,
white.
we are the first black
Why y'all
coach to
keep
be
forgetting-
this successful at
Hold
this
on.
level, though.
But why do y'all keep thinking that because we had a black president that everything done changed?
That shit was
Stop.
good.
What are you
No,
Let me
talking
tell y'all.
we don't know.
That's
we
you know what?
ain't
That's
saying
white.
that.
Why do you
That's
think that all of a
let me tell
sudden
you-
Deion doesn't like
that's
money?
that white-
That's the
that's
thing.
that
Some of this shit they
Bruh,
do.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Obama
Hold on.
said
Let me tell you what.
everything.
Let me tell you about money.
That's why the
let me
gay
tell you how they
people
don't
getting
care about
married
blacks
now and
having
doing all
money.
that crazy shit.
You know when Magic Johnson and all of them got together and wanted to buy buy a football team, they took that shit off. They rejected them. Anytime
Cash.
black people want
Yeah,
to,
quick.
anytime
He's
black people
part
want
of
to
the
own,
ownership group.
anytime black people want to own something,
No,
of
he talking
power,
about the Carolina Panthers.
right? They want to buy the Carolina. Let me tell you something, brother. They white folks don't care about black people money. You ain't understood that yet. They care about only their power and you not having a piece of it. You
Who
can
did
be
Magic
a
Johnson
quarterback.
team with?
All the
He's not a majority owner.
He had a majority.
It's
He was
only
a majority. It was a
He-
good.
with all due respect to
was
Magic.
part of it.
All due respect to Magic, people, please. He ain't liquid like that. These franchises are selling for $6 billion. You got to come to the table with cash. Magic Johnson got
Okay, but
he's got net
hold
worth.
on, but who he
ain't
had
got
with
$3
him?
billion cash to be a majority owner. You got to come with cash. He ain't got that.
Okay,
That's why he's with Washington Redskins right now.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this here. Bill Cosby tried to buy NBC when it was on sale, right? NBC
Cash.
took it off the market. He had the money. He had
And
the
they killed
money
his son.
in his hand. He had the money. They took it off the market because they want to sell a black man a national televised channel so he can have influence.
Wasn't
Do
Robert?
you understand what I'm saying?
Sound like a bunch of women. My fault, Lady Shay.
Shay, you ain't had to do all that, Shay, and be calling us name all on the line. You ain't had to do that, Shay. We still love you though.
Cold-blooded shit.
Kind of hurt my feelings. Though. That's all
So
good.
what I'm saying,
I
Chris,
put myself-
let me
I
say this
put
point right
myself
fast.
on mute.
I'm gonna let
Goddamn.
y'all-
Go
Hey,
ahead,
I'm gonna say
Detroit.
this point right fast, and I'm gonna lay low right fast. All I'm saying, Chris, is Deion Sanders. I don't care who he is to white America, just like Tiger Woods is to white folks. He's just a man that can make them money. He's an influencer. He's a good. He's a great recruiter. But when it comes to certain positions in organizations, in sports or whatever, they don't look at black people. And it is what it is. We're still in the same country that oppressed us, brother. We going on the laws that they put on the books to govern over us. They allow us to play a sport to make money off us. They do a lot of things to make money from us, but they're not going to put you in a position for you to make that type of money. That's all I'm saying. You can make what's 200 million to a baseball player when the owner of the team white? Hell, well, how much he making? If he paying 8-9 people $200-300 million. So my thing at the end of the day is that Deion Sanders coming to a program like Alabama, as racist as it is, niggas can play for them. Yes, there's a lot of blacks that go there, but what that mean? We talking about head positions. Who the AD? Is he black? No. You know what I'm saying?
Florida State AD black?
He was. He just left, and he's a part of the ACC.
Is Florida State's AD black?
He was. Our last AD before the new one.
Nigga changed colors. Is he black? The current one, is he black?
No, he's not. But
Okay.
I just said that the one that he just left Florida State, and the current one that we had ain't been on for 2 years. But
Why
we
didn't
had a
they
black
hire another
AD.
black man or woman or a Latino person. It is what it is. Like it
But
happened.
we had a black AD for 15 years on the staff. All I'm saying to you is that though, Alabama ain't gonna get his man no head coaching job.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm just gonna it's something to see. If it happens, it's almost like damn, we got to just like we had a black president. Hey,
I got
but
you.
I just
Well,
don't
what you
see
think?
it. I don't see it.
You think Bama will hire Deion?
Oh
No.
Is Corey sleep?
Corey, get your ass up,
No,
Corey.
no.
Shit.
I'm up. I'm not sleep. No, they ain't gonna hire it. I don't think Dio gonna change the uniform. He gonna want to do all this other stuff that Alabama ain't gonna want to do.
Has he changed
Alabama get a
Colorado's
uniform.
uniform?
Yes.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
Yes. They got damn near 12 different uniforms now, just like Jackson State did. Alabama has 2 colors. They're gonna
White
go on white socks and
crimson.
black shoes.
and crimson.
And that crimson. That's it. Deion is not gonna be happy with that.
So it seems like the
He wants to
consensus
change the
is
culture.
y'all all think he will not go to Alabama. There's no chance. And okay,
No.
so I assume y'all think he's gonna stay at Colorado for the rest of his coaching career. Okay,
If he leave, it won't be Alabama.
where are he going?
I just said if he leave, it won't be Alabama. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no, wait.
But why would he leave then? Like, why? Where would he go?
If Alabama paid this black man more than
Let's
they
get off
paid,
of Alabama, Detroit.
okay,
Where
we'll just
would
like
he
this
go?
here. Put it like this here. I don't know. I think where he is safe for him to make mistakes, to do whatever he want to do, to have free reign, to create whatever he wants.
That's Colorado. Why leave
has-
Colorado? He
So
ain't leaving Colorado.
There you go. Because my thing at the end of the day, if it's money, Colorado finna find a way to scoop up and scrape up some money.
Right.
gonna
So
find
you saying he'll retire from Colorado is what you saying. Corey, you believe that same thing?
I could say he's created something where he's at, and why would you change something that's good? And then he could be the powerhouse where he's instead of going somewhere else.
Because if he leaves, I
And
think
that's
he's
Outside
gonna
of
be
being
a
fired,
black
you
hole.
think that 10 years, let's say, assume he doesn't get fired, you think 10 years down the line he'll still be at Colorado?
Yeah, because I don't think they will give him a chance because guess what? He'll change everything that they're doing there, and they're not gonna like that. He's locked into where he's at.
Oh, y'all think, of all people, y'all think Deion Sanders is attached to anybody. That's blowing my mind. Again,
No,
y'all
I'm not saying.
state syndrome.
All
With all
I'm
due
saying is, if
Shut
you
up.
take out Alabama, I can believe probably going to Ole Miss. Shit,
I
And,
agree with you, dude.
You can take out Alabama as a head coach, but I believe he can go to Ole Miss.
Yeah, Trav, you right. I thought he was gonna go to Central Florida, Trav, before he went to Colorado. I really did thought he was going to Central Florida.
So we gonna take Alabama off the table. I just say if he leaves, it ain't gonna be no Alabama job.
So,
I mean, but no, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know, brother. Anything can happen. Like I said, we had a black president. Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, we definitely appreciate Detroit
Florida,
for coming on. Detroit,
hey, Florida finally won a game. So
finally. Poor fellas, I apologize for being late, but Definitely had a good time with everybody. Me and Detroit gonna argue tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. But have a good night. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a good night.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Wow. Exceeded all expectations.
DJ Disco Don. It gets no better than this.